Hello everyone, I am back again with another project. This is going to be an alcohol ink project. As you can see, I've got Yupo paper here and I choose some colors, green and blues in the beginning. So I have used some blending solution all over my Yupo paper to get it a bit wet. And then I go in with the blue colors. You see what I'm doing, starting out with the darker colors, then using the lighter colors and going back with the darker colors of that same shade, blue in this case, and green. And then I create just I go on until I am satisfied with what I was doing. I needed something with a water and greenery scene-like idea. You know what I mean, like a landscape idea. I'm using a bit more of the alcohol ink because I want some drippage, and so I tilt it a bit and tap it on my desk to make it run. And you see it's getting there. Then I take an acrylic stamp and just stamp on top of the wet alcohol ink and stamp the excess off on another piece of Yupo paper to be used later in another project. Then I'm done with that one, and now I'm going in with the next one because I want a real colorful result in the end, so I need more Yupo papers for this project to stamp multiple lilies on and the leaves. So using just a little yellow and a pink in this one, and do the same, dark, light, dark, light. Don't have to do it, but I like it this way. And I press it with another piece of Yupo paper. That's what I do a lot to get a nice blend, and on the other papers a nice color as well without using too much alcohol ink. And you saw me just splatter with some blending solution to create more depth into the pages. Then I go over and do the same. I needed a light part as well. Now here are the results, and these are the stamps that I'm going to use. I stamped them on the pieces of paper and I cut them all. I fussy cut them. You see that I stamped the leaves on the lighter piece of Yupo paper, and in the end I will see which one I'm going to use. Doesn't really matter at this point. I can use them on any other project that I like. Just going to show you how I fussy cut, nothing special. Then I go and try to place them on my card. Of course, I make sure I don't have any white edges. Don't like that, you know that. And now I glue the pieces down on where I want them to go. Of course, the lighter leaves go on the dark part of my card, so in this case the blue part. And then I use a little black cardstock to see where I'm at, and this is the palette ink or alcohol ink palette. I've got that already set up to use. Just a little blending solution in one of the empty cups, and then just use the color you like to lighten everything up, or just use more color if you like. Just do what you feel like. I do a little bit of orange and yellow here and there to emphasize the leaves and make them stand out from the background a bit more. You can't see it here that well, but in the end I'll show you a bit slower how it looks. Now this is what I did. I did do some adjustments to the background as well, lighten it up here and there. As you can see, I left as much in as I could. Don't want to make the video too long. But you see, I just go in, use a tissue to dab the excess off to make it lighter, and then go in with blue. And you see here I'm touching up the background. It was too, how do you call that, too busy so I needed a more even coloring to make the flowers stand out a bit more. They are very busy as well, so you need kind of a balance. Now I'm not that balanced in my work. I do what I like, but in this case it just needed a bit more quiet in the back. Now, working on that still, and the video has stopped as well, as I can see. I don't know why, but hey, it started again. Going in with blue again, doing the same to the background. You can see it lights up here and there. Now, still doing that. I lifted everything in so you just can see what I'm doing. I really didn't like the blue spots underneath. I'm trying to make them a little bit lighter using blending solution, and you see it's a bit dark, but that's just ink that was left on my brush. Really like the result. You can see how it looks. And more blending solution. Doing the same. The danger here is that you go too far. So I'm trying to restrain myself. Don't do too much, Renje. Still wanted the flowers to stand out more from the background. So I'm working on that. Then I take out my white marker and emphasize even more. So they're like the little stems in the middle, as you can see, and little highlights on the leaves here and there. And that really does the trick. Then going around the edges with a black marker, because if you use alcohol ink, some of the ink that you use will go away, so dissolve. So you need to use a black marker to make sure you see the lines very well. It looks prettier. Then I stamp one of the sayings of the same set using my tool to make sure it goes on the way I like. Going in again, I just saw something, I think it was way too light. I like colors, so I'm going in with the pink raspberry and just ink up the whole flower again. Just a bit more one color. And then I needed to adjust it again with a black marker, of course. But hey, that's the way it goes. And now just a little close up, a bit slower, and then I say thank you everyone for watching and commenting. Until next time.